all about getting in where you fit in. Like when you make a track, I close my eyes. I mean, I can name this now, but this is not. I don't know. I didn't come out the womb thinking like this, but I remove all other distractions when I'm making a track, and I close my eyes so that like I can like find and like pick this stuff out of the universe. Sounds so extra, but it really is what it is. Cause like when I got into music, I used to fall asleep to music. I used to have a 5-disc CD changer in my room. I just put albums on and I would just go to sleep to it. And like I would wake up in the middle of the night, but like not be all the way up. And I'd be like, what was that? Like listening to a Kanye album, can you imagine all the little tricks and treats you would find? Or like I remember I discovered that Jay-Z had a remix to Girls, 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 but it was hidden on the last track of the album. It was like 3 tracks in one, but you wouldn't know because it didn't have a time next to it. So like I hear it and I wake up and I'm like, what was that? And I'm going through the album like, where is this song? And then it happens again, and like I had to make myself wake up to like find and see what it was. I was like, oh, this is the last track. And so that's just my relationship with music. So before I named anything, before I knew what an 808 was or a bass line or what chords were or anything like that, like I felt it, I feel it. And so that's what it's about for me. It's about finding a feeling. Sometimes it's not even the right note. Like I don't even care about that, because when it feels right, then like the audience will respond to it. But first I have to feel it, and then after that, then it's about how other people feel about it. So I found the sweet spot where I can add an 808, and instead of having like a melodic line with the 808, I'm just gonna stick it in between certain pockets so that it gives like an experience of like fullness and depth. That people don't really see, which is like going through sounds. I used to smoke, and then I would rap, and to make sure I wasn't rapping good because I was smoking, I would make sure that I rapped without smoking. Or like I would drink, and I wanted to make sure that I was good without it, so then I did that. I also, because I rap and make beats, I would practice writing raps before I made the beat. I would practice making a beat before I made the raps. I would practice playing a piano chord when I make a beat first, and then I practice playing the drums first when I make a beat. I just never want to not be able to do what it is that I'm trying to do. So even if that means cut it off,
so there's not like an organized, it's not like lyrics, then beat, then this, it's...
No, and that's on purpose.
Interesting.
You know what I mean? Like I've had maybe 2 people try to tell me that I have ADHD, which is not a problem. But when I actually reflect, no, it's just a series of choices.
Interesting.
You know what I mean? Like when I graduated college, first of all, when I was in college, I started a whole record label and started a whole organization. So what does that mean? And I was able to see it all the way through. I'd start a project, I would finish a project, I would market the project, I would have a concert. You know what I mean?
That's so cool.
Get the merch. Yeah, all of that. So it's like I have through lines. Just as a professional, I decide what I'm not going to bog myself down with. Because what happens if you have a really good formula is that if one piece of that formula is taken out, now you can't perform. I never want to not be able to perform. I don't care what my mental state is. I don't care what my emotional state is. I don't care this, that, and the third. Like, I am going to be grounded, and I'm going to be able to deliver. Audible process. I can call audibles. Kind of like Peyton Manning. That's what made Peyton Manning such a good quarterback. It was because when he got to the line, defenses didn't know what he was going to do. If he saw he was really good at reading defenses, he's like, oh, X for the 2, X for the woo woo. So then when the receivers were supposed to go for a bomb, then they're going to go up and cut back. And now they got the first down. That's what made him so dangerous.
Interesting.
Yeah. So like that's how I work with all of my music, right?
That's interesting.
Thank you.
Training your brain. So what is your process for writing lyrics?
I mean, with writing lyrics, I just write whatever is. If it's for me, if I'm writing for Cliff and Clifford Cartel, I will write I would just spill. I just let my ideas spill out, and like, what comes out is what comes out. I'm like, okay, great. You know, you get an idea, I get an idea, and then I elaborate on it, and I go as far as I can take that idea. And then I'll come back and I'll rap it, and I'll listen to it, and if I have to, I'll rearrange things. But again, I very rarely do, because I'm pretty intent when I create something.
I like that. Okay. Another question. What does performing live do for you that recording in the studio can't replicate?
Oh, when I perform live, I just get the feedback from the crowd, and like I get to move with it. You know what I'm saying? I get to create an experience. It's like putting on a show. When I'm recording, it's me in my mind trying to deliver an idea. When I'm on stage, it is not just me rapping, it's not just the music, but it's also the lights, right? It's the entire shebang. How are we leveraging our energy to focus and place onto the crowd what we're trying to give to the crowd? Now it's on the crowd to want to engage with us if we do that. But I've done a pretty good job at like systemizing it.
I like that.
Yeah. I usually do drum kits because I usually like play by hand. I don't do a lot of programming.
Hang on, let me turn this down. Could you say that one more time?
Yeah, I was saying that I use drum kits. I don't usually program. I usually play by hand. Cause I used to make beats on the table. So like that's how it transferred over here. It's like what I used to do on the table, I just use my hands to do on the keyboard. Now let me see if I can find like a nice... My wife asked me to make her some music.
Oh, that's sweet.
It is. It was hard for me to do. I usually keep that stuff separate. I really try to. But I was like, alright, well, let me try. I put an 808 in there too. Usually you don't mix 808s with bass lines because one performs the task of the other.
Yeah.
But with hip hop, what we've done is like, we've gotten really slick with like taking the high out of the bass line so that the 808 can take the place of the lower register of the bass line. I know, it's like I just said nothing. You're like, wait, what? What is that?
No, it was just a really good shot of you like motioning and explaining is why I kept quiet. That makes sense.
Ah, that's fine. But now what I'm looking at, what I'm kind of doing right now is like, I'm about to mix the 808 and the bass guitar so that they don't clash with each other. So you can really hear the bass. See, now you have the 808. But see, I have this 808 really low. So then, let me go back. So the gig that I had before, this is only 49. The gig that I had before required that, and I had to play the whole thing. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and
big difference.
The work that I did on this last thing is truly informing what's happening right now, and that's what I meant about, like, I just like to allow myself to just be. You know what I'm saying? And I like take different angles of different works, because then you go back to do something else, and all of a sudden you have a new superpower. You're like, oh shit. You know what I mean? Like I promise you, like if I did this before I did that gig, I probably would have been like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Something like that. But now, just let the fingers fly. Cause then, you know, what's something like that I was playing? Like I had to play like. Like I had to play that whole shit. That's not even half of it.
So if one project to another like really changes your music and your writing, do you feel like your music, like with each song you write, influences future songs?
100%. Yeah. I feel like every time I do a new project, that's my best project. You know what I mean? Like I've never I've never gotten stuck and like, oh, I'm trying to sound like this, I'm trying to sound like that. And really, I'm just trying to be like that as a person. Like, that's my new work, you know what I mean? Like, not trying to be who I was, but just allow myself to be who I am.
Is there a specific moment on stage or in your career that changed how you see your relationship with music?
My relationship with music? I was probably 29 when I came here. And Seven Drum City had a flash band. And what flash band is it's like pickup basketball for artists and musicians. I was going to come here and do something like this. But when I got here, they're like, no, you're not using your computer. Like, you need to play. So I just jumped right in and I was just playing. In the same day that I thought I was going to be like making tracks, I was like playing James Brown. I was playing Whitney Houston. I was playing these things. And it was at that point where I realized, like, man, I just love music. Because at a certain point, I got into the habit of commercializing it. And when you focus so much on commercializing it, it takes the joy out of it. So that's what changed me as a performer, because it's like I fell in love with it again. And now I do it out of love. And I still have the business mindset to make sure that I can get paid for it, because I'm no dummy. But yeah, that's what changed for me. I was able to love it again, and because I could love it again, I could give my best work.
How has your sound evolved, and what influenced those changes?
My sound has evolved maybe from like my own little world where I'm like creating these, like, in my mind, like story beats and like storied raps, to maybe a greater control lyrically for how to deliver my words and for the craft of song. I'm getting from one thing to the next. So just the discipline of being able to effectively communicate has shifted how I write music. And then for composing and producing, just allowing myself to play in as many different genres as possible. So when I did something like the Flash Band, I was able to play like a lot of folk songs and some reggae, stuff like that. They got me moving around. And then I would play like solo piano for like plays, you know, kind of like lobby music. So that got me to play a little more classical, more swell, stuff like that. And then I take on, you know, gigs that make me nervous, that I can't always punch up. You know what I'm saying? So I have to like rise to the occasion. So there's two main things. Number one, when I did something called City at Peace, as the composer, it's like we have 6 weeks to make a musical. And I don't get to start until the second week. And then we have to go into tech the fourth week. So I have 2 weeks to create like 12 songs. Yeah. So you hear. And then you give it to the director. You like this? You don't like that? Is it? And then you write it, and then it's like, is this going in the right direction? Is it in the wrong direction? It can't be too metaphorical. It needs to be literal. Okay, now it needs to be metaphorical. You know what I mean? So like putting myself through that training just got me to not overthink and just really write and say what it is that I'm trying to say. And then this last piece where I was able to play like Broadway songs, that just got me more comfortable with reading music, understanding music, and stretching my fingers across the keyboard. So then, you know, a beat that I'm trying to go for a jazz thing, I can hit it more closely because I've had that experience.
Makes sense.
Oh, thanks.
And final question.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want listeners to take away from your music?
Just humanity. It's okay to be human. It's okay to be a person. Like, it's okay to feel all the feels, you know what I mean? To try, to fail, to give up, to go for it. It's all okay. There's really no wrong answer. Like, as long as you can respect yourself, take care of yourself, it's okay. And that's what I aim to do with all of my music. See, I told you. I knew exactly what I wanted. I remember, I was like, oh yeah.
This is impressive. This is cool to see.
Yeah.
Okay. Do I have it? Did I say that?
I know something good's gonna happen. Right every time you're like, oh yeah.
Ah, yeah,
I'm
because it's in
waiting
the
for
mind.
that.
Yeah.
All right, well,
Oh,
what's
it's in the
next?
mind. Yeah, that's right.
I'm so glad you started playing that again, because I guess it's like a combination of all of it now. The mic just pushed over to start clipping, and I noticed, and then I stopped and I fixed it, and you kept playing and you did more. I'm like, yes! I won't get busted for this! If I can put anything with clipping in, it's okay. I got it. I didn't have to ask you to do it again. You did it for me.
Nah, that's amazing, yo. You just tapped in.